Definitely a king-size bed, an AC unit, and a lifetime supply of water.
A bench press and a house and some food.
What is your favorite memory as a Jefferson Eagle?
Beating Jacksboro because it was our first win. It was pretty cool.
Definitely going back to my first year playing. When we beat Robertsville for the city championship.
Last year, getting to hang out with
Hello everyone, welcome to another award-winning edition of the Locker Room Chat. My name is John Williams and I'm joined by my co-host on the end, Walter Stair. And Walter, thank you for being here.
Very glad to be here. Another wonderful week of football.
It's turned summer again, but Friday night is supposed to be cool.
Yeah, I thought we were going to get fall weather, but I guess fall will come actually when fall is officially here. So, that's
When
how
is
it
the
goes.
first day of fall?
The 22nd. So,
Oh, it's tomorrow?
well, yeah, and it's going to be a little bit cooler, 80 tomorrow, I think. So,
Okay,
it's a little bit better.
all right. That's your updated weather forecast, but phone lines are already lighting up. You see the number there on the screen, but our guests tonight, and we're excited to have them on. Oliver Springs head football coach Tyler Harper, and he's brought along 4 of his seniors. He's got 5 seniors this year. We got 4 here in studio. We have, first, Tyler, just thank you for being here and welcome to the show.
Yeah, I appreciate y'all having us out and giving our kids a little bit of advertising.
Well, how exciting was that win the other night? Your first win in your high school career as you're the first-year head coach.
Yeah, our program needed it. Our program really needed it. We played a very tough out-of-region schedule, so we wanted to come in and get it started on the right foot in the region, and that was a huge win. It was against a rival opponent, a team that we haven't beat much in school history. So it was just really nice to get a win. I don't make it about me. I'm just really happy for our kids. Our kids have been really resilient. They have persevered through a lot of things this off season and through the preseason and through these first 4. So I was really happy for our kids. They really played their butts off.
Walter?
And Coach, I know we were talking off mic, over the last 10 years you've done a lot of things with the program, with the middle school, and this is your first year as a head coach, but you've been right around here sort of nursing the talent as it goes up, and then it's been moving up with.
Yeah. I've this is my 11th year in coaching. I started whenever I was 20 years old, and I started under Larry Green, our former head coach, and a lot of credit goes to him for where we are as a program. But long story short, I was 3 years with him as an assistant coach at the middle school, and then whenever he got the head coaching job at the high school, I went up with him for 3 years. Then I spent 3 years as head coach at the middle school. These guys that are seniors were actually 8th graders that year. I took over as head coach, so it's kind of weird how it circled back around, and I got them as seniors again. But and then last year I spent some time as the defense coordinator, and most of the season as offense coordinator. So and then this past off season I got an opportunity and got the job. So I feel like I'm really blessed. I love where I coach. I love my community, and I feel really, like I said, blessed to be in the position I'm in.
That's what it's all about. I'm glad to see it.
Well, let's go ahead and meet these young men that Coach Harper has brought in tonight, and they're all seniors. Guys, if you would, we'll start down on the end, number 50. We got the big hogs here tonight in studio, so go ahead and introduce yourself and tell everyone what position you play.
My name is Mason Brown. I play defensive tackle and left guard on offense.
My name is Chase Lee, number 52, as you can see. I play right tackle on the offensive line.
My name is Gavin Young, and I play defensive tackle as well.
My name is Reagan Shepard, and I play center on the offensive line.
Let's shift back down there to Mason. Mason, where's your beard at? All these other guys have got beards.
I don't keep one really. I kind of shave it. Keep it going.
Keep it shaved, huh?
Yeah.
I guess Coach Harper, he doesn't have a rule about facial hair, does he?
Well, I guess not.
Mason, we would talk about that win the other night, y'all's first win of the season, 21-0 over Greenback. I know that's a big nemesis, as Coach Harper alluded to a while ago, and it's an outstanding win. It was a home game, and just go ahead and talk about that victory over Greenback.
It was great. That's about all I can, just a good win. I think it's going to help us a lot moving forward. Getting that first win under our belt.
Okay, Chase, what's your comments on that win?
Well, me personally, from the offensive standpoint, I think we really did a good job. But defensively, we absolutely dominated the field. Every single play, we were either stopping them or we were stopping them at 5 yards. In the backfield, it doesn't matter. We stopped them no matter what. We got up there and we smacked them in the mouth. We did what we were supposed to do, and we came all on top.
Gavin?
Yeah, I think the win helped out a lot. I was out with broken ribs, so I didn't, get to play or anything, but I was on the sideline supporting best I could do. Just happy we got that first one under our belt.
So, Gavin, you was out last week?
Yeah, I was out for the past 2 weeks. Broke a rib against Gordonsville a couple weeks ago, and I got cleared Monday.
It'll be good to go Friday night against Oakdale?
Yeah, I am just trying to get to practice and work hard as I can to get back.
Reagan?
Well, I think it was really good. I'm also not able to play. Whenever we'd come back, or I was actually on vacation for Rockwood, and so we come back for Kingston. My kneecap popped out of place, and I went for an MRI. Found out I tore my ACL and my meniscus, so I'm out for the rest of the season. But yeah, our offensive line was able to hold them very good, and just like Chase Lee said, we just dominated them on defense.
Reagan, I'm sorry to hear about your knee injury.
Yeah, I've just been playing football since I was 4 years old. Don't get to play my last year, but that's the chance that you take every single time you put on the helmet.
What game did you hurt it in?
Kingston. It was in the last 4 minutes of it, and that's whenever it popped out of place and took some stuff with it.
Coach Harper, wow, I hate to hear that about Reagan Shepard. He's a starting center, right?
Yeah, he was a starter on the offensive line, and like Gavin said, he's been out a couple games with some broke ribs. We've had our other senior, Kane Googe, who couldn't be here tonight. He's out celebrating his mom's birthday, so happy birthday, Julie. He's been out. He got hurt in the jamboree. He fractured his fibula. So the seniors, they've been through a lot, and they worked really hard in the off season. They did a great job in the weight room and everything. So I hate, whenever they do have injuries, but it's one of those things that we talk to them about every game. You never know whenever it's going to be your last play, and so take every play for granted. Don't take every play for granted because you never know. I hate it, but they have been great leaders. They have, they continue to support the team whenever they can't play. Chase and Mason have done a great job on our offensive line. We finally found our identity against Oneida. Late in the game against Gordonsville, moving into Oneida, we figured out we needed to change the offensive system a little bit. We've not completely gone away from the offensive system we've used them before, but as you can tell, they're big guys, and we like to run the ball behind them, and they've done a great job for us, and just really proud of their work ethic. I hate it for Reagan, I really do. It's made me sick, but he's a kid that I've known for several years, and he had took leaps and bounds from whenever I had him in 8th grade. So I hated it ended where it did, but he has a great attitude, and he's a very positive person. So I appreciate that about him, and I know he'll do great things in life, and I'm still glad to have him as part of our program.
I know you are, yeah, and what I was going to say, you said he mentioned he had a great attitude, and just talking to him, yeah, he has a terrific attitude, and, it's football, like you said, injuries happen, but it's always tough when you lose a player when it goes down. It's just...
Yeah, especially in 1A football, you just have... We use the motto, next man up, and we talk about it a lot. Actually, on Friday night, our starting running back, we found out about 20 minutes before the game that he wasn't going to be able to play. Our starting running back and starting outside linebacker. He's had some rib problems as well, and he just couldn't go the other night, and found that out literally 20 minutes before the game. So just go out and tell freshman Dalton Reynolds, hey, next man up. It's your call. Tonight's your night. And he did a great job for us. And, as you battle through the injuries, the good thing about it is you develop depth. And we've developed the depth. So hopefully as we get into region play, that'll be a big positive for us as we move along and hopefully start to get more and more healthy. Getting Gavin back this week will be a big deal. And so I'm really excited about that part, and getting Kane's about back. He's been practicing with us the last couple of weeks, so we're getting healthy at the right time.
Speaking of region play, Oliver Springs will be back in region play this week as they take on the Oakdale Eagles at home, and it's homecoming at Oliver Springs, right, Coach?
Yeah, yes, sir, it is, and we're excited about this homecoming. We also have some Hall of Fame inductions going on. It's the first time in a little while Oliver Springs has inducted people into the Hall of Fame. One of my best friends, the basketball coach, is one of those inductees, and I'm really proud of him for that.
Coach Rather?
Coach Rather, yeah. We've been best friends since 5 years old, and so I'm really proud for him. There's lots of guys, some older football players that are going to get inducted. There's some soccer players. There's some contributors. Ray Thompson, who does all our photos and stuff, he's getting in the Hall of Fame. So I'm really excited for that. I told the boys, though, it can't become a distraction where it costs us a game. It's a big region game, so we have to focus. We got all the homecoming activities, but we really got to focus in on playing Oakdale, and that's the main attraction of the night, and so hopefully we can put on a good show for our home crowd. It's last week was our home opener, so we only get 3 games at home this year, so we're hoping to give a good showing on Friday night.
Ryan, that's great that you recognize your alumni. I love to hear that. I love seeing the former players come back, and that's outstanding.
Yeah, I'm excited. Since I took this job, I really like I've said multiple times, I'm blessed to be in this position, but I want to see things like that happen where we see, former players, grandkids, kids, whatever it may be, playing in the purple and gold and being that Bobcat for life, that BFL that we talk about. So, it means a lot to me, and I'm excited to have those people on hand Friday night, and I hope that they'll know, we're a young football team, and it's nothing to shy away from, but we're excited to have them there, and hopefully we'll give them a good showing and make them want to come back.
Walt?
How many players do you have available to play on Friday? I know you talked about a whole lot of injuries, but how many do you have that are able to play Friday?
Okay, so on Friday night we will have 29 available, 28 or 29 available. Like I said, we've had some injuries. We've battled a few different players sitting out here and there. We got down to the least amount we dressed was for Kingston. We dressed 24. So we're back up. Our roster, we have 33 on the roster, and we'll dress 29 on Friday night. So, our numbers are getting back up. We're starting to get healthy. So.
And how many guys generally go both ways?
I think we have 6 or 7 that play about both ways right now. We maybe a little bit more than that, as if you can include subs, but think we have 6 or 7 starting both ways right now.
But you're building depth, and that certainly helps things. And I know you've talked about, and we've heard that you've got an awful lot of youngsters.
Yeah, and I give these guys a lot of credit, and we've had to have that talk that we're definitely a young team, and there's nothing to nothing to hide that. But these guys have been great leaders for them. They've learned to work with the younger guys. We've really worked on gelling them all together, and we've got a lot of young talent. I love the position our program is for now and in the future. But we're excited about Oliver Springs football today, tomorrow, and for the future. So.
And I thought what was amazing, your win last week over Greenback was an eye-opener in a wonderful way. And even the week before, you could tell you were coming, almost defeating Oneida, which is a pretty darn good football team.
Yeah. We like I said, we found our identity against Oneida. We went on the road to Gordonsville, a really good 1A football team, and we didn't show up. And so we came back on Monday. We had a team meeting in the locker room. We settled some things. We settled some problems, that we were having just internally. Not nothing terrible, but just internal problems where we weren't, we didn't think they were playing hard enough. And that's not something I don't coach effort, and I'm not gonna ask for effort, but we had to refocus in. We went to Oneida. Unfortunately, we just had a couple turnovers, a couple bad plays that cost us the game. But it was our first real game where we played with a chance to win in the fourth quarter. And I told them that week, that was about the effort that we needed to give, the physicality we needed to show. We just didn't do the third part of it, the execution. And finally, last Friday night, we did all 3 phases, and we got to win. And they see that if they do all 3 phases, we can win some football games. So it was really nice for us. It was a big win for our program.
Oh, yeah.
Well, Coach, how excited you have to be about this team, not only this year with these seniors here, and you got a big win over Green Bay. You got a good shot now, I think, to get in the playoffs. I think you actually get in second. I know Cofield's probably at the top, and everybody else is playing for second, third, and fourth. But I think your Bobcats got you got Oakdale, big game Friday night. But how excited you have to be? I think me and Walter was talking in preseason. You got 31 players you had, and like 22 of them freshmen and sophomores, and
we got
a couple of those. You coached some of those boys in middle school, went undefeated, I think, a couple years, and I know you and the community's got to be really excited about the future.
Yeah, we are. But we're locked in on this year. We told our guys going in to last week that our record really don't matter, overall record. What matters is our region record, and we're off to a 1-0 start. I think that ties us with Cofield. I think they're off to a 3-0 start in the region. But we got Oakdale Friday night, and we're not looking much past it. We need to get that win to put ourselves in better position to get make the playoffs. We want to take care of business. But we have talked to our guys a little bit about how the expectations may change as the season goes along. And the expectations changed on Friday night whenever we got that win. So now you got different expectations. You're seeing a little bit more coverage from some media outlets and different things. And we're always happy to have it, But we our wins and losses they come from Monday through Thursday work. And so we really focus on the practice field, and then we come in and try to execute on Friday nights. But we like where our program's at. I ain't gonna sit here and shy away from it. I really like where our program's at for now and in the future.
Certainly played a tough schedule. As you mentioned, the first 4 games on the road: Rockwood, Kingston, Gordonsville, and then you went up to Oneida. But hats off to you for scheduling those teams. They can only make you better.
I give that credit to Coach Green. We were actually supposed to have Gordonsville and Oneida at home last year. We had COVID, and so we didn't have enough available to go to Gordonsville and Oneida. So they would have been home games this year, but we ended up having to go there. So 4 straight road games to start off. But I do think it prepared us, and we play in a very tough region. We play in a region that has represented the state championship team out of the last 10 years probably 4 or 5 times, Greenback and Cofield. And whenever I got this job, I talked about I wanted to get Oliver Springs to that state championship game, and we're working every day for that. We're working every day for that. So, but it's a step-by-step process. It's not done. Rome wasn't built in a day. So.
Certainly looking like it's paying dividends. But right now we're going to go take our first break of the night. We're visiting with Oliver Springs head football coach Tyler Harper. And he's brought along 4 of his seniors. We'll be right back to talk with them, young man. You're watching the Locker Room Chat.
Football is back. And OAB Law is excited for a season full of big hits and those nail-biting near misses. If you've been injured, OAB Law will come to your defense. Call OAB Law and turn your wreck into a check.
I'm Amanda, one of the RN shift leaders at Rome Medical Center. I love the sense of community that we have here. It's unlike anything I've ever experienced, and that's why I choose Rome Medical Center.
I choose Rome Medical Center because this is where my heart is. My family and friends use Rome Medical Center, and I want everyone that comes through our doors to have an experience that makes them as proud of Rome Medical Center as I am.
Find out why Rome Medical Center is the best choice for your future in healthcare. Learn more at RomeMedicalCenter.com.
There's a lot of talk about the risks associated with the COVID-19 vaccine, but the reality is it's safer than being tackled by a Tennessee Titan. Give it a shot. Find a free vaccine appointment today at covid19.tn.gov.
We treat you like family at RMG. Bring your junk, cars, aluminum cans. We buy it on the spot and we pay you a lot. We treat you like family at RMG. Yeah, we treat you like family at RMG. Rome Metals, we treat you like family.
Rome Metals is located just off of Highway 27 between Herman and Rockwood.
Excited for a season full of big hits and those nail-biting near misses. If you've been injured, OAB Law will come to your defense. Call OAB Law and turn your wreck into a check.
Welcome back into the Locker Room Chat. And our guest tonight are the Oliver Springs Bobcats football team with head coach Tyler Harper. He's brought along 4 of his seniors. But the OEB Law game of the week, Friday night, as we was talking there off the air, Harriman at Rockwood, Coach Harper.
Yeah. I mean, I'll be anxious to see. I think, that's a rivalry that's got a long history. So it's 2 Rome County football teams. I know Coach Tapp and Coach Webb will both have their football teams ready. So I'll be anxious to see how it fares.
Yeah, it's going to be the 104th meeting between Harriman and Rockwood, and it's a series that started in 1921, so they played 98 consecutive years, Walter. And
Goodness gracious.
There's not many teams that's played more than them. According to Brad, let's see, Milan and Trenton, Peabody had played a few times. They started in 1922, but they skipped a few years. But
okay.
This is the state's oldest consecutive rivalry, and very well may be the most meetings between 2 high schools.
I'd say it very much is. I can't recall at any point.
But it's a robbery. Rockwood leads at 61 wins to 36 losses and 6 ties, and it's been a robbery that's been dominated by Rockwood in the 2000s. Harriman has only won 2 games since 2000. But go back to the 90s, Harriman won 6 out of 10. The 80s were split, 5 wins for both teams. Rockwood won 9 out of 10 meetings in the 70s. I know Rockwood got a state championship in 76, I believe. Harriman led in the 60s with 6 wins and a tie. Blue Devils also led the series in the 50s. So it looked like early on Harriman had the upper hand, even though Rockwood owned the 40s, it said, with 8 wins to 2. So be sure and tune in to BBB, OEB Law Game of the Week. Aaron Harvey and James Hoot Gibson bring you all the action, and that'll be a big one there at Rockwood on Friday night. Right now, let's turn our attention back to these young men, these Bobcats here. And Mason, what's you're a senior, what's some of the team goals this year coming in?
Well, I think the first one, win as many games as possible. But I guess the big one we'd all like to do is win a state championship. But another one, I guess, would be district championship.
I know y'all missed the playoffs last year. Are you a 4-year player? Did y'all made the playoffs when freshman sophomore year, right?
Yeah, 2 out of so far. We've been in the playoffs 2 years out of the 3 years that I've been.
I know you had some good teams.
Yeah.
A couple years ago. Switch back over to Chase. Chase, same thing. What's your goals? I know you want to go all the way, but.
Yes, sir. We want to go all the way, but I think the biggest thing right now is coming together as a group, as a team, because we've definitely, with our age groups and all that, we've definitely had some split differences and some respect issues. But I think finally, the further in the season we go, the better it's getting. And I think that it really showed come last Friday how we beat Greenback like we did. We came together as a unit, and we weren't having those issues like we were.
How tough was that game up in Oneida?
That was one of our issues, was the team ordeal and all that. We couldn't come together, and we were arguing in the huddle and on the sidelines and everything. We just fell apart as a team. We couldn't work as a unit, and we couldn't work as a team. Therefore, we couldn't beat them.
Gavin, same question about the season. You're a senior.
Yes, sir. Back to what Chase said, we're finally starting to come together as a team. The lower classmen are not smarting off any stuff like they used to do, beginning of the working out and stuff back in May. I think we're all just coming together as a team, starting to show out and stuff now.
How does it feel to be a senior on this team with so many younger players?
It feels all right. We can do what we can. We can maybe show them how to do something one day. Teach them how to help them in the weight room. Just be somebody they can look up to.
Well, Reagan, right? That's a big responsibility. You're a senior. You have a lot of young kids on there. You're still a part of the team, even though you're with your injury. But just talk about being there for those younger kids.
Oh, yeah. I mean, whenever I also was playing, sometimes you do have to teach the younger kids to do something, and then the next week rolls around and they might be teaching you how to do something. It's always just surprises with these young guys here.
That's some talented freshmen and sophomores, right?
Oh, yes, very.
Walter?
Let's see, I guess go to this end.
Mason?
What other sports do you play, or do you play other sports?
I'm just football.
Just football, okay. How about you?
Oh, sir, I'm strictly football. I couldn't do anything else if I wanted to.
Well, you are all very big physically, I'll tell you that.
Yes, sir. And I remember Evan Martin. He's about 6'6", probably 300-something pounds. He played basketball in his off season. And
that's quite impressive.
He'd be rubbing down the court, and he'd be rumbling.
I play football, and I deer hunt turkey on the weekends.
Okay.
I play football, and then I also dirt track race.
Okay, very good. So So mainly on the football side for all of you guys.
Yes, sir.
And y'all are all big physically, so all linemen. And I guess one thing I was trying to figure out is, with so few out senior-wise, did you have other guys with you coming up, or did they get injured that you have so few seniors at this point, or how did that come about?
This is about the same group. There was a couple other guys, some moved schools, some just quit playing football. So.
Okay.
Well, Mason, what's some of your hobbies?
Deer hunt, turkey hunt, fish, stuff like that.
What about you, Chase?
Well, mainly fishing and sleeping in on weekends.
That's always good.
Yeah, I'm trying to become a professional at bowling. So,
Really?
so anytime I get a chance, I'm throwing some strikes.
Oh, gosh.
Yeah, like I said, most of my time, whenever I'm not in football, which I'm not for the rest of the season, so I've been trying to just work on the race car as much as possible. Then all four of us are actually in a, well, not bowling league, but all of us are actually practicing together with bowling too.
Gosh.
Yeah.
We might need to turn the mic away
In
from
a bowling league, I remember a guy from years ago that was a professional bowler. Let's see if y'all ever heard of a guy named Earl Anthony.
No, sir.
Well, he was a professional bowler. He was the best of his time in the 1970s.
PBA, right?
Yeah.
I know some high schools have bowling teams now. So I don't know if Oliver Springs, y'all might have to start a bowling team.
Don't give them any ideas. Do not give them any ideas. This is a group that they come in one day and they wanted to show me this bowling ball they had went and bought, and I'm like, okay, like that's the first time I've ever dealt with bowling, that's for sure. And then they proceeded to tell me one day that on the way to practice, we was walking to practice, and they told me about their, them being in the bowling league, and I thought, oh Lord,
Well, that is a little bit of a form of weightlifting, so I mean that.
Yeah, it's a good call.
Yeah.
Find the pros in it whenever you can.
I
for
guess.
Sure.
Well, Mason, you played for Coach Harper in middle school. As he mentioned, 8th grader, and now you're as a senior playing for him. Just talk about what it's like playing for Coach Harper.
It's pretty nice. I mean,
got any good stories?
Not really.
They're probably afraid to say anything.
Yeah, kind of.
Would you consider him is he a player's coach?
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay. Coach Harper, talk about Mason Brown.
It's a kid that has legitimately surprised me. In his 8th grade year, he was always the smallest of that group. And
then they give him the smallest chair.
Yeah, they gave him the smallest chair. They did that probably on purpose. But no, he's always had great heart and great work ethic. His work ethic is what made him a starter in high school football. He has been one that I know even through his freshman, sophomore, and junior years. I don't know how many workouts that has been possible. I know this past off season he had 62 out of 63 workouts that we had going into
awesome.
June. So, through 5 months we had 63 workouts, and he was 62 out of 63. He's just one of those kids that never missed a workout, worked himself into a position to play, and he's available every Friday night. He's tough, and he just has a great work ethic.
Goes both ways.
Yeah, we have only a few guys that go both ways, but he does give us some reps on defense. He gave us more reps on defense earlier in the year, and then offensively, he pretty much stays in the whole game.
Well, Mason, you like to work out?
Oh yeah, That's one of the things I really like about football.
Y'all lift a lot of weights?
Oh yeah.
Yeah. What are you benching? Or
Well, most I've ever got on bench is 255.
Uh-huh.
So.
What about the squat?
Most I've ever got on squats, I think like 370 maybe.
That's pretty good.
Oh yeah, they're strong kids. All 4 of them. They're very strong kids. They've worked their tails off in the weight room.
Chase, what's it like playing for Coach Harper?
Well, it's an experience to say the least. Now there's a lot of good things about his coaching tactics and all that, and there's some things that personally I would have done different, but that's all right. now coming from a player's standpoint, it's more of a brotherhood than a coach and a player. We bicker back and forth and all that like brothers would. And that's one of the good things that I really do enjoy about his coach and all that he understands us and our humor and all that, and he can play into it. So whenever we're running all that, we'll be making jokes, stuff, and we'll make, probably the hardest part of practice, probably one of the best.
Coach, talk a little bit about Chase Lee.
Chase is one of those. He had to take last year off because he had some knee injuries, and whenever I got the job, I identified Chase as someone that we needed to get back into our program. He's a natural leader. He's been friends with these guys for a long time. He was probably, as an 8th grader, my best offensive lineman that year. So I knew we needed to get him back out just, if anything else, to be a part of the program. We didn't know what his availability would be like. Taking the year off was good for him, his knee-wise. It enabled him to strengthen up, and he's been a huge asset for us this year. I'm sure that he's one of those that he has a somewhat dry sense of humor sometimes, and he don't like me much whenever we make him run. But most of the linemen don't, and I'd say that's the stuff he disagrees with, but it's part of it. And he works hard every day, and he's there every day. So I'm really happy to have got him back out and on the football field for his senior year.
He seems like a character, and seems like he's got a pretty good high IQ.
Oh yeah,
like
they know to push my buttons, but I push them back with them. We try to make it as fun as possible, and we, like he said, even if it's in the running and the conditioning part of practice, they seem to try to find a way to make a good time out of a bad time, I guess. So they're good kids.
Okay, let's go with Gavin Young. Ask you same question. What's it like playing for Coach Harper, and then do you have any good stories?
Yeah, it's all right playing for him. Back in middle school, I was about 80 pounds less than I am now, and I actually used to tote the rock, but now I am the rock. So
you used to be a running back?
Yeah, I've had 3 knee surgeries, and I put on a bunch of weight. So now I'm just kind of the guy. If they need a lineman, put me there. As long as I get to play, I don't care where I go.
You play defensive line, the nose guard, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
Do y'all run a 3-4 defense, I guess?
Yes, sir.
Mm-hmm. How's that playing that nose guard position?
It's all right. Right now we have Carson Evans starting right there because, like I said, I've been out for the last 2 weeks. But as long as I can get some reps and come back, I think me and him can make it work, and I think we can make the 3-4 work pretty good.
Had any sacks this year?
Yeah, I have. I've had one in one of the few games that I played.
All right, Coach Harper, talk a little bit about Gavin Young.
Gavin's a kid that, like he said, played running back for me his 8th grade year, and he's moved along the way. He's moved to the offensive line, defensive line. Came in against Kingston and gave us a lot of good reps on the defensive line. Earned himself a starting spot. Unfortunately, went out and got hurt against Gordonsville early in the first quarter and played the rest of the game with a broken rib. So I know the kid's tough. I know he's going to give everything he has. He's a guy that wears his heart on his sleeve, and I love him to death. But he wants to be good, and he wants the team to be good, and I appreciate that about him. He's a kid that. Another one we got back out into the program this past season, and he's a really, really strong kid in the weight room. There's no doubt about that. So he has a great work ethic. He's battled through injuries, so he's a guy that understands resilience and perseverance, and he's I'm proud to have him as part of the football team.
One thing I was going to ask about Young, I think that's unique going from in 8th grade as a running back and then going to being a lineman. I just think that's rather unique, and to be able to make that change.
Yeah, absolutely. It's a whole different world for him, and he's done a good job of trying to mentally change the mindset of his, of how he approaches things, how an offensive lineman approaches the game versus a running back. And he's been a big asset as far as teaching the team how to gel. He's played both positions. He knows how it works, so that always helps. I played offensive line, and I remember I thought I opened up a hole. The running back hit the wrong hole. Sometimes you have the running backs who thinks the offensive line's not doing their job, or the quarterback or whatever, and you can have that. Well, Gavin's that guy that's played both sides of it and understands both sides of it. So he's an asset to have on the team.
Gavin, you look really strong. How much do you bench?
I think the highest I ever got on bench is about 270, 275.
Mm-hmm. And any other weight lifting you do? I mean, like squatting, and what's your best as far as
my best squat so far is, before I had my past knee surgery, is probably about 430, 435.
Mm-hmm. Okay. All right, we got a phone call here, Coach Harper. Here's a earbud.
There you go.
Go ahead, caller. You're on the locker room chat.
I don't know if it's Christy.
Everybody's at Big Bobcat Tyler is these boys out of their slump.
Is this Christy?
This is Christy.
What have you done?
And the boys that's up there, I was the crazy lady at the museum at the parade yelling at y'all, getting you fired up.
You were the crazy lady?
She was the crazy lady at the parade.
Oh, at the parade, okay.
We wouldn't expect anything less from Christy. She's always been one that's loud and proud.
That's right.
Tell Garrett I said hello.
I will do it. And Tyler, I want to tell you that we really appreciate what you did with the boys Friday night at the homecoming, or at the football game.
Absolutely.
Every one of them.
I'm really excited to have them as part of the pregame activities.
Every one of them talked about that, had talked about it all week. It doesn't go unnoticed what you're doing for these little ones.
I appreciate that, Christy. I really do.
Some of them during practice are not paying attention because they're watching you all on Tuesday nights.
Well, I might have to come up and have a talk with them about that. They need to get the fundamentals and get coaching from the youth club guys. But I really appreciate that. I love looking down on our future cats and seeing what will one day play for me. So. It was really nice to have them. I was excited to see their smiles. Their smiles on their faces gave me a little bit of an extra pep in my step before the game the other night. So I was, that was good for my heart too.
Well, it don't go unnoticed, I can tell you, and that's coming from a little Bobcat mama.
Absolutely. Go Vols too, right?
I believe it.
Yeah, till the end of the year.
No, she's a Kentucky fan.
Kentucky, that's right. Kentucky's ranked number 8. Kentucky's ranked number 8. That's hard to believe in football.
Amen.
Maybe they're becoming a football school.
That's
Deacon Barnes has took it to them for so long in basketball. Yeah.
Hey, Christy, you got a prediction for Friday night? Oliver Springs Oak Belt.
Well, the Bobcats are going to win. I ain't going to give you a score. I'm just going to tell you they're going to win.
Win? All right. Did you travel to Oneida?
No.
You didn't go up there? Okay. Well,
but no, I wanted to call in and tell them, go Bobcats. Let's bring home another win. And Tyler, we love you, buddy.
Absolutely. We love you too.
All right. Thank you, Christy, for calling in. Christy's called in for years.
So hit.
I think you got another call. Are you?
Got line 2.
Yeah,
line 2 here.
all got me.
Go ahead, caller. You're on the locker room chat.
I'm on break.
Go ahead.
Hey, Sleepy, what's going on, Big Daddy?
What's up, Eric?
Hey, Tyler.
Got the big man, Tyler Harper here.
Hey, Tyler.
What's going on, buddy?
Congratulations.
Thank you.
And second of all, hell yeah, way to put it on Greenback.
Eric, I always support I always appreciate your enthusiasm.
I mean, dude, there ain't nothing like beating Greenback, baby.
Yeah, I mean, I just needed to win. I didn't care who it was against, but, you know, the fact that it came against Greenback is a little bit sweeter.
That is sweet. That is very sweet. So, dadgummit, I hate this, man. I hate to be the guy who everybody knows is the dadgum biggest Florida fan in Tennessee that's going to say Tennessee's going to beat Florida by 3 or 4 damn touchdowns, man.
Wow. That's hard to believe that. Wow. Number one Gator fan.
I'm telling you.
I know how bad it hurts you to say that.
It stinks to say it. It sucks. I hate it. It tastes like doo-doo coming out of my mouth.
I ain't gonna listen to it. I've told myself over and over I'm not getting too excited about this year.
I'm telling you right now, Tennessee's gonna smoke Florida.
I hope you're right. I ain't gonna lie, but I'm trying not to get too excited about it because
they're gonna smoke them, man.
You're setting us up for the day.
That offense is great.
Oh, did we lose him?
No, he's there.
I can't hear him.
Can't hear him.
I might have lost him.
Yeah, I think just did.
His phone couldn't take it. He had to hang up and couldn't take talking about the Florida Gators.
That's right.
Oh, goodness.
He's short circuit.
Yeah. Is he there?
Are you there?
Yeah, I'm here.
Oh, we got him back.
Oh, okay. We lost him for a minute.
Hendon Hooker is a stud.
I would agree with that. He's a heck of a quarterback.
Anthony Richardson showed up for one game against Utah, and he has not showed up since.
Yeah, 0 touchdown passes.
Hey, you're exactly right. I mean, he's a one-hit wonder.
I think we gotta get back to these kids here.
Hey, kids. Hey, give it all you got. Because I'm telling you right now, your coach loves you. I know that.
You're right about that, Eric. I appreciate that. That's for sure. I love every one of them.
How's Cofield going to do down at Gordonsville?
I believe Cofield might have as much luck as Gordonsville as the Florida Gators are going to have at the University of Tennessee.
Wow. Well, we'll see.
I mean, I'm being real. Like, I'm tired of being, politically correct.
Maybe been politically correct.
Okay. I've held it back for a little bit. You know what I'm saying? I'm ready to come back and be me.
Good deal. We like that. We like
if Oliver Springs plays the way Oliver Springs played Friday night, Oliver Springs is a playoff team.
No doubt about it.
That's the plan.
So, I mean, and if Cofield plays like they did against Wartburg, they are not.
Hung up on us
again. Let's switch over here to Reagan. Let's go back to Reagan. Reagan, what's it like playing for Coach Harper?
Well, I mean, it's pretty fun. I played for him my 8th grade year, and then I'm a 4-year senior, so he was always there as an assistant coach until this year. Yeah, it was pretty fun. Then, well, 8th grade year, I didn't get my butt chewed out too much because I kind of snapped the punt snap a little bit higher, but then Gavin Young here took it all the way back for a touchdown. So I guess it all worked out.
How do you remember that? I had forgot about that one.
I don't know.
What's it like about Reagan?
Like I said, Reagan is one of those kids that he got better. He got better every year. And last year, he started off at center, and whenever I got the offense coordinator position, whenever I took over, we moved him out to right tackle. And he was a guy I could run behind. And, we was looking forward to having him there this year again. And unfortunately, I think he got about 3.5 quarters of his senior year. And, I think he tore his ACL, pretty much everything inside of his knee. And I hate it for him, but he was a kid that really got better every year. From the time I coached him in middle school to the high school, he was a totally different kid. And he was a kid in middle school, and he grew into a young man. And Reagan's going to be successful in life. I've been able to enjoy watching him race on the weekends for several different times this year. So I think his racing career will, something he'll be able to look forward to. And it's been a pleasure to coach that kid. And like I said, he's one of those that I can still say to the kids, this is how you should handle an injury, and I can talk about that moving forward because he's had an upbeat attitude about it, and he hasn't lost the team aspect of it. So, and I truly appreciate that about him.
Reagan, you're into that dirt racing. Do you know Anthony White?
Yes, sir, I do. I actually grew up around him and his son.
Okay, I know his father, and his son played at Anderson County. I know he's racing as well. So you compete against him?
No, I'm actually a couple classes underneath him, and even if I did get to race with him, I don't think I'd even hold a light to him neither.
Yeah. Okay, Reagan, you're a senior. What's your plans after graduation?
Well, of course, like Coach Harper said, I'll actually be doing some dirt racing, and I plan on going to TCAT for a diesel mechanic.
What's some of the memories you're going to take away from playing wearing that purple and gold?
Just the brotherhood alone, and always getting to have fun during practice. Even whenever we're running, we somehow find out to have jokes and everything about it.
What about you, Gavin? What's your plans after graduation?
I'm going to go to TCAT for HVAC.
And what's some of the memories you're going to have wearing that Bobcat purple and gold?
Like Reagan said, just always being there with my buddies, having fun.
Chase, same question.
Well, I'm probably going to do 2 or 3 years at Roan State for my chemical engineering degree, and then go on to the plan after that. And I think one of the biggest things I'm going to take away from everything that I've been through football-wise is probably after practice when we're all throwing up and sick of running, and we still have that spark in us and all that to keep going and come back next week and do it all again.
Mason?
I plan on going to TCAT and becoming a welder. And kind of like all them, one of the big things you take away from being the Oliver Springs Bobcat is the brotherhood behind it. Always going to have my buddies with me on down the road. So,
Walter,
with the Greenback win and also the fact it's homecoming this week, that's probably going to get all of you extra excited and revved up, I'm certain.
Oh yeah. I think it's.
What are your overall thoughts about it being homecoming after you got your first win?
Well, I think we can't let it distract us. We got to keep that mindset that we still got a football game to play. So we just got to go out there and get it done.
Oh, yeah. And next fella here.
Now, going off what he said, yeah, we got a football game to play, but I believe it's going to be a blowout, in my opinion. We're going to dominate the field like we did Greenback, and it's going to be probably one of the best games that Oliver Springs has ever seen. And the crowd, everything coming off our win, how we did, it's going to be, stand's going to be packed. It's going to be phenomenal.
You gotta love,
glad to hear that.
Chase.
Oh, gosh. They'll be playing that video in the Oakdale locker room
Oh,
tomorrow.
boy.
There's no doubt about that.
Hey, and they can expect it's coming. I promise you that.
Oh, gosh.
Gavin,
I guess
can you follow that?
whatever Chase said.
You gonna top that?
Yeah, that sounds pretty good to me. Yeah.
Well, for it being a homecoming game right after our first win, everybody's going to be up and ready to go at it again. And honestly, I have all my trust in my brothers that they'll get it done and do exactly what Chase said. They're just going to blow them out of the water, no matter what. Going to come out swinging every single play.
Well, Reagan, who would you say the vocal leader of the team is? Is it Chase?
Well, the bad thing about it is it was me whenever I was in my pads,
Okay.
but by God, I still scream at him. I don't care.
Who would you say keeps the team loose?
Oh, with a whole bunch of jokes, it's probably Chase and Gavin.
Okay. Walter?
Let's see, what else? That's a good question. I've actually lost at this particular time. You go ahead.
Reagan, got any pregame rituals? Guys, what's y'all's pregame rituals?
Well, it's usually to be able to goof off and then come straight back into game mode. As soon as we walk out our locker room, we have our helmets on and we're ready just to go out there swing.
I know what I was going to ask. When y'all get the win on Friday night, where do y'all go to hang out and eat after the game?
Yeah, it's usually Applebee's or Waffle House, and if not, but we just go home and basically just sit with our mamas and dads. And we just get to hang out with our family.
That's always good.
Gavin, you got any pregame rituals?
The thing I look for most is that good meal before the game. After we.
Do y'all have a team meal?
Yeah, we do, and it's
different sponsors feed you?
Yeah, we get different meals every time, and it's delicious every single time. It's the thing I look forward to most. After that, it's time to just tune in and go play a ball game.
How about you, Chase?
Dominate.
Well, of course, mine's a little different. I drive a 1990 W250. It's first gen. It's very flashy. And every morning on Fridays, I come in straight Hank Jr. with Hank Jr. It's all you need, and you're ready to go.
We're both Cephas.
Yes, sir. Before game, I'm shotgunning a Red Bull, and I'm ready to go. That is what it is. That's the truth. Is it not?
Or should David Allen Coe.
Or David Allen Coe.
All
It's
my
blaring on
rowdy
radio.
friends have settled down, or what?
Hey, I come ready to play. From the time I wake up, I put this jersey on for the day, I'm ready to go.
Shotgun a Red Bull?
Yes, sir. Whatever we got on hand.
Yeah.
Oh, gosh.
What about you, Mason?
I don't know if I can really say anything after that. Nothing that I can say is gonna, But I guess pregame rituals, just thinking the whole time, just thinking about that first snap. It's really that's just what I think about the whole time, just about it.
You get the butterflies?
Yeah, a little bit sometimes.
It's good to have butterflies for a game. All right, now, guys, going to ask y'all some speed round questions real quick. So we gotta have fast answers here, okay?
I'm not good with this.
Start with Mason. What's your favorite food?
Pizza.
Chicken cordon bleu.
12-ounce ribeye.
Banana pudding.
Well, that's my next question. Was your favorite dessert? What's your favorite food?
More banana pudding.
Yeah, more banana pudding.
Okay. Favorite dessert?
I'm a fat boy. I like it all.
I'd have to go with Butterfinger cake.
Say I like it all, but I like me a good old ice cream every once in a while.
Oh, my Lord. Favorite restaurant?
Joe's Crab Shack.
Well, where is that at?
Sevierville.
Oh, okay.
I guess I have to go Longhorns.
Texas Roadhouse.
The Alamo. It has a good big steak.
Where is the Alamo? I don't even know.
It's up in Gatlinburg.
Oh, okay. Nothing in these parts, I guess.
Oh, goodness.
Yes, actually. Yeah, I'd like to change my answer.
Coach Harper, mom's cooking.
What's your favorite music?
Oh, it's got to be country.
80s country.
Well, you know what his is.
Yeah.
Hank Jr., I'd probably go with either Metallica or Motley Crue.
Country.
Country. Who's your favorite country artist?
Oh, probably. There's a lot of them. Probably George Strait or Hank Williams Jr. somewhere around in there.
Who's your favorite football team? Pro.
Pro. Chicago Bears.
You have a favorite player?
Not really. I mean, I don't watch pro much. I'm more of a college football kind of guy. But
You like the Big Orange?
oh yeah.
Think we're going to win?
Yeah.
Saturday. Okay.
Yeah.
Chase.
Yes, sir. What was the question? I forgot.
Favorite football team?
Football team? Tennessee, of course.
Wonderful.
You got a pro team?
Nah, I stay away from pro, honestly. It's just a bunch of old dudes running around, really. Ain't no fun there. That's just the truth.
You got a score, Tennessee and Florida?
Tennessee by 60.
60? All right. Sounds good.
I like Tennessee as well.
What about pro?
I don't really watch them, but if I do, probably favorite team is like my dad's, Dallas Cowboys.
It's got to go Tennessee because my uncle loves Tennessee.
Reagan, what's your favorite toy as a child? What'd you play with?
Oh. Well, yeah, never mind. I do have a favorite toy, but it wasn't really much of a toy. It was my dad's late model. Whenever I was growing up, I used to get in it and act like I was driving. So
You've always been around cars.
Oh, yeah, I've always been around it my whole life.
Your dad used to race?
Yep, he used to race street stock in 2011, then late model in 2013. Then he quit for a while. Then whenever he come back in four cylinders, that's what I also joined in on, and so we got to race together. Now we're both building gassers. He's got a 64 Malibu, and I got a 60s El Camino.
I don't know much about cars. You, Coach Harper?
No, I don't. I learn a little bit from these guys, though, honestly.
Yeah.
They talk about it in the locker room and stuff, and I pick up on a few things here and there. I've always been around dirt racing myself. My cousin, he races dirt late models, so I've always been around it, but I don't know much about it, I'll be honest.
Well, Gavin, you have a favorite toy as a child?
Probably Hot Wheels or my Xbox 360 growing up. Playing that college football 10, I guess. That was my childhood.
What about you, Chase?
Lord, I have to go with those little cap gun revolvers. You know, they have like little circular little caps on it. They spark real loud. I like them. They're my favorites. That's probably why I'm a gun act now, but that's all right.
Did you have a big wheel or anything?
I did, but I was always too big for the big wheel.
Yeah.
I thought I was big for a reason, but I didn't fit it.
Yeah. What you, Mason?
Mine would probably be Legos.
Legos? Okay, yeah. Do you have a nickname?
Everybody calls me MB. It's my initials.
ME?
MB.
MB, okay. What about you, Chase?
What is mine now? Is it Mick Lee?
Yeah, Mick Lee.
Yeah, it's Mick Lee. I don't know where I got it from. I think it's my Xbox name. But he started saying it stuck to everybody. That's what I'm known as. Yes, sir. It was supposed to be MC Lee, and then I got called Mick a lot, and that's where it spiraled into. McDonald's. We'll go with that. Tubby.
Gavin?
I don't really have a nickname. Everybody just calls me Gavin. Either Gavin or G Young. I don't.
Okay.
I really don't have one other than Stupid, and then he started calling me Big Reg, so I guess that's kind of stuck with me a little bit.
Walter?
Favorite movie?
Got to be Cars. I love it.
Come back to me.
Is it Talladega Lights?
Mine's probably Step Brothers.
You got anything you're scared of? Phobias?
I don't really like spiders.
That's my boy, I guess. That's a pretty good movie.
phobias, I'd probably have to go with spiders and really big snakes. Don't like them.
What was the question?
Phobias.
Something we're scared of? My dad.
Your dad? Reagan?
Oh, well, my dad is pretty scary too, but I've been tackled by my mom before, and she hits like an NFL linebacker, so I'm going to have to say my mama.
Do you have any hidden talents?
No, I'm not going to say. I would say racing, but I kind of suck at that too, what everybody else says, so. I guess eating. Yeah, I'm pretty good at that.
I guess eating too. I don't know. I
Hidden
put on pounds like it was nothing, so I guess I'm pretty good at it.
What about bowling?
He's doing this.
I'm probably the bowler of the group, yeah.
What's the highest you've ever bowled?
200 flat.
That's good.
I mean, we've only been doing it, 3 months now, 4 months since the beginning of summer?
That's quite good if you're already at 200.
Yeah, my highest is 202 so far.
It was 202, beat me by 2 points.
I need to get a team.
Yeah.
Again, don't give them any ideas.
All right, guys, before you go, let's go ahead and give a shout out.
Like to give a shout out, as always, Lord and Savior, Jesus Christ, and probably, my dad, my mom, my nana and papa's.
Lord, I love to get a shout out to my mom and dad for not calling in and embarrassing me. And then mainly for my brother who he had cancer his freshman year, so he didn't get to play. And he came back stronger than ever, and he showed that diversity, and he beat it, and he came back, and he's probably one of the best players to come through Olive Springs, in my opinion.
Like shout out my mom and dad and both my little brothers back at home. And can't forget that girlfriend. Got to shout her out too.
Nope, can't forget her.
I'd like to shout out my mom, my dad, and just my whole family that keeps me going.
Well, guys, I'd like to thank you all for coming out tonight, and good luck Friday night and the rest of the season.
Thank you, sir.
And Coach Harper, if you would just go ahead and talk about the game Friday night and the rest of the season.
Yeah, we get back into region play. We got Oakdale. They're a 4-1 football team coming off a loss to Cofield, and I don't think they played their best game. I think Coach JR would tell you that. He's done a great job with Oakdale. So, like I told our guys, they're going to come in ready, and we've got to be ready to, be ready for their energy, and they're going to give great effort. They're going to play hard. We got to come in and do those same things, but do it to a higher level, and then we got to execute to a higher level. We'll see how it goes. Then moving forward, we have 2 more weeks of region play, then we get a bye week, and then we'll finish off with 2 weeks of region play. So we're actually at home this game. We'll go on the road at Harriman, then we'll come back home for Sunbright and senior night. And then we'll have a bye week before going to Cofield and Midway. So, got a tough region. We'd like to get to 2-0. Win this week, get to 2-0 in the region. Stay tied up with Cofield in that region, battle, and see how it goes from there. But we just really try to focus 1 week at a time, and we talked to our guys about what can be done in the region, but we've mostly just stayed, focused on Oakdale and trying to find a way to get a win Friday night.
Walter? Very good. Coach, best of luck the rest of the way. I have been quite intrigued and very happy to see you coming along like you all have with such a small amount of seniors and an awful lot of young folks, and really putting it together, particularly in the last 2 weeks.
Yeah, I appreciate that. It just takes time. It's one of those things. It takes time, especially whenever you have a young team and you're trying to gel them together. And you go back and you play a game, and you go back and you work and you do different things and you fix problems that you see on film. And it just took us a few games, and we've seen a few really good football teams. And they helped us tremendously in preparing for this region schedule, but they also helped us find guys and put different guys in different positions find out who needed to be on the field more, find out what scheme we need to be doing. So we've constantly been changing and trying to figure it out. And I think in the last couple of weeks it's finally clicked, and I think you're seeing the product on the field look better. So I give all the credit to my kids, our coaching staff. I have a great coaching staff, especially my defense coordinator, Todd Tinker. He does a fantastic job getting our kids ready. Early in the year, they were doing a great job getting stops for us, and our offense was having too many turnovers and too many problems. And I'm the offense coordinator, so I took a lot of credit for that. And it was hard on me, but our defense didn't always get the scores, but they were getting a lot of stops early in the year. The final score didn't always look the best, but they were playing hard. Now they're still playing well, and our offense is starting to do its job. So we're looking like a more complete team. We talk about trying to win in all three phases. Our next step is playing better in special teams, and we're working on that each week too. So,
what type of offense do y'all run?
Here lately, we went to the wishbone. We went to the wishbone. We'll go a couple double tots. No, we don't. You don't see it much, and so we got some guys that are really good with carrying the rock, and so that's the best way to get some playmakers the ball with a couple extra blockers, in my opinion. And our offensive line, it puts their game in their hands a lot. It allows us to use what we have, which is good size. And so we've started to do that. We still will open it up and go some spread here and there. But most of the time here lately, we've been in the wishbone, working the clock, staying on the ground, and throwing a pass or two here whenever we need it.
Who's your quarterback?
Dakota Atkins, he's a junior. Kane Googe was our quarterback going into the season. He was our starting quarterback, and he broke his fibula, and ever since then, Dakota's took pretty much all the snaps at quarterback and has done a great job getting better every week at it. Through all the changes we've made, he's been the one consistent of staying there, and I just truthfully believe whenever you find who you believe is a quarterback, you don't just give up on them whenever things aren't going well. And Dakota's a good kid. He plays hard. He's a playmaker, and he's a leader. He's a leader of the team, so he's doing a great job for us.
Well, just real quickly, Coach, just run down your staff.
I got my defense coordinator and head of the strength program is Coach Todd Tinker, great coach, great guy. I really hit a home run whenever I got him back on staff to help with the defensive line last year whenever I took over the defense coordinator. And I was lucky to get him back in Oliver Springs, and I'm thankful to have him. Coach Tony Kegley, our athletic director, our baseball coach, and he coaches defensive backs in our special team. One of the most loyal guys I know, someone as a player I played for, someone I look up to as a human, and the way he's dealt with adversity in his life, and the way he handles his program, whether it's a good season or a bad season, the way he handles things, I really look up to him. I got Coach Brandon Toomey. He's our offensive line and defensive line coach, a guy that I played 4 years of football with, or played a lot of my years of football with, but played 4 years of high school football with. He went on to play at Emory and Henry for a little bit and some semi-pro football. He has great knowledge. These kids really listen to what he has to say and play the way he coaches, and he's a really good coach. Wendell Jones, one of my most loyal people to me. He came up with me from the middle school this season. Last year he took over the middle school and took them to win us a championship again after we won the year before. An Oliver Springs guy, someone I look up to as far as how he handles himself. He's a youth pastor leader at Kellytown, and I think he's just a really great guy. And then last is Jason Robbins. He helps with the offensive line and defensive line. He is a guy that I look up to as well, as far as he's dealt with some adversity through he had a kidney transplant, and it was successful, and he's battled through a lot. And I've seen him whenever Jonah, his son, started playing for me. he was battling for his life. And so now for him to be able to step on the field with his son on Friday nights, it means a lot to me. And he loves the program, and so I appreciate anyone that loves being around and is willing to help.
Coach Arbor, really appreciate you coming in tonight and bringing your boys with you. And I know the community's really excited to have you as the head coach. It looks like you're doing good things there.
I appreciate it. I appreciate it. I'm proud to be a Bobcat. I can't say it enough. I'm blessed. This was my dream job, and I'm 30 years old, and I'm in my dream position. I guess the hardest part of it is you wake up every morning with a lot of weight on your shoulders because it's just the fear of failure. But that's what keeps me going every day. And I will never step on the field and not have pride about what I'm doing and who I'm doing it for. And I love this community. I know they're going to come out and support us Friday night. I know they're going to come out and support us no matter what. So I'm excited to be a part of it. I'm excited about where we're at with our program, and I'm excited about where we're going with our football program. So, Bobcat fans, I appreciate all the support you've given our kids. BBB, I appreciate y'all having us on air, allowing our seniors to show off some of their, crazy sides or funny sides, whatever, show off a little bit and see some insights into our program. And we always appreciate any, promotional advertising or anything like that we can get. But to our community, I appreciate all the support and all you do for us, and making sure we have a successful football program and tradition of Oliver Springs football.
All right, we've been chatting with head football coach, Oliver Springs High School, Tyler Harper. And Coach Harper, once again, thanks for being here, and good luck Friday night and the rest of the season.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you.
We'll be right back with some predictions for this week, so stick around. You're watching the Locker Room Chat.
Football is back, and OEB Law is excited for a season full of big hits, perfect plays, and those nail-biting near misses. If you've been injured, OEB Law will come to your defense and tackle any obstacles blocking you from scoring a full and fair settlement. Call OEB Law 865-546-1111 and turn your wreck into a check.
I choose Rome Medical Center because this is where my heart is. My family and friends use Rome Medical Center, and I want everyone that comes through our doors to have an experience that makes them as proud of Rome Medical Center as I am. I'm Nancy Easter, Manager of Materials at Rome Medical Center, and I'm so happy to work for an employer that values me and makes me feel appreciated.
Find out why Roan Medical Center is the best choice for your future in healthcare. Learn more at roanmedicalcenter.com.
We should never lose sight of our health. To keep moving forward, let's not forget everything we've learned. Limit the salty food options. Make your own daily exercise routine. And always receive regular checkups. More than anything, we have learned how important these small steps can make a big difference, so we can all continue to move forward together.
Roan Metals Group has been serving East Tennessee for decades. Locally owned and operated with convenient hours of operation. Roan Metals buys all types of scrap metal. Nothing's too big or too small. Still have that clunker sitting around? We've been buying them for years. Roan Metals Group are specialists in industrial scrap. We have what it takes to get any size job done. Roan Metals urges you to recycle responsibly. Scrap with only licensed dealers. A member of the TSRA and the ISRI. Roan Metals Group. Turn that scrap into cash.
Welcome back into the locker room chat, and we enjoyed having the Oliver Springs Bobcats with us here with Coach Harper and those young men. They did a great job.
They certainly did, and they were a gift of gabs, and they were real good. I mean, very knowledgeable young men and very likable, actually.
Well, Walter, it's Florida week, Tennessee and Florida. What's your thoughts?
I'm extra pepped. I want Tennessee to win very badly, but I'm not going to make any.
Not going to get your hopes up.
Just rash. In other words, I want Tennessee to win probably as much as anybody on the planet Earth, but I'm just going to let the game do what it's going to do.
Yeah, it's a good opportunity for Tennessee Volunteers. Get a victory here against Florida. I mean, it's ranked number 11. Tennessee is 3-0. Florida's got that big win over Utah, but lost to Kentucky, then about lost last week to South Florida. So
yeah, I thought that was rather amazing. But that running back for Florida scares me because he runs so well. He's not thrown a touchdown pass yet, but he runs very well. We are susceptible to running quarterbacks and have been for quite a number of years.
It should be rocking it. Kneeling with the checker
exactly.
kneeling, and so where Tennessee's going to wear orange and white traditional jerseys and uniforms. So I like that.
I very much like that. I mean, we've lost 16 to 17 times. It's almost the same thing on the other end that we beat Kentucky all the time, and almost the same thing. I think it's more mental than it is anything, and I think that's why it plays with me. I've for many years kept on getting angry that we didn't beat Florida. I try to cool it down a little bit as I get older, and I'm just hoping that we win.
Certainly, and let's shift the focus back to high school football, and big week last week, week 5. We're heading into week 6. Friday night, or I guess tomorrow night, and you got a big matchup on Rivalry Thursday. You got West at Alcoa.
I tell you what, that is going to be a game. And what last year Alcoa won 21-20. I mean, those guys are at the top of the heap all the way around. I'm going to pick West, but I think it's going to go dead heat just like last year.
You're going to take the Rebels, yeah. Man, they're playing good. Now, Alcoa, this is a tough one here. Like I said, went into overtime last year, maybe double overtime.
Yeah.
But I'll go with West too. I think I'll go with them. See what they can do.
It's going to be interesting. I think it'll be a tough.
Elizabethton at Anderson County. Anderson County 35-7 winners last week over South Doyle. Martinez had 3 touchdown passes. The Mavericks lost to the Cyclones last year, 27-7. I think it's a little payback this year for Anderson County, and I'll take them. I think this could be the year Mavericks go all the way.
I think it very well will be. I think they're going to go way into the playoffs. They may have some injuries, but they've got depth to back it up. And, I mean, they're playing good football.
Yeah, they're ranked number 2 in Class 4A, and Greenville's number 1. But, that could be a matchup down the road. But I think it's a game Anderson County could certainly win.
Yeah, I think Anderson County will beat Elizabethton, but I think it could be very, very close because Elizabethton, unless their morale has been broken, is still a pretty good football team.
I think Gavin might be back for the Mavericks as well.
Oh, that'll be good.
Chattanooga Central at Clinton. The Dragons are coming off a heartbreaking loss to Powell last week, and they lost to Chattanooga Central last year, 20-15. A game they think they probably should have won, but Chattanooga Central's coming in 3-2 as well.
Yeah, Chattanooga Central's playing pretty good. Clinton has actually played quite good all season long, and it's lost 2 heartbreakers. This is a non-region game. I think Clinton will win, and they'll get back in the saddle and go on to some good region wins after that.
Yeah, I'll take the Dragons as well, but they showed a lot of heart last week. I mean, they came back against Oak Ridge about the same way, and they come back against Powell and just looked like they was going to pull it out, but Powell, defending state champs. Jordan Potts, the quarterback, made some plays, and they was able to go down and score. But Dragons were right there, and they're still looking for that big win. But they got Chattanooga Central Friday night and at Campbell County next Thursday, so that'll be a big region game.
Oh yes, it certainly will be. I think this is a good one to get them ready for the big region games on down the line.
Greenville's at Dobbins-Bennett. Greenville ranked number 1, as I mentioned, 4A. Dobbins-Bennett number 5 in 6A. Both teams 5-0. Give me the Green Devils.
Yeah, give me the Green Devils for sure.
They won 35-7 last year over Dobbins-Bennett.
That's quite amazing.
But, I was looking at DB's schedule. They really haven't beat anybody, I don't think, right now. So I'll take Greenville on the road. Seymour 3-2 at Heritage 2-3.
Heritage in this one. Heritage is playing a lot better football.
Yeah, Heritage played Central tough last week, lost 32-28. I'll take the Mountaineers at home. Sunbright at Jellicoe, a pair of winless teams right here. Jellicoe won last year 45-16 over Sunbright. This one's a toss-up. I'm going to go with the Tigers. Get the win at Jellicoe.
I'm going to go with Jellicoe.
I'm going to go Jellicoe.
Yeah.
My wife's going to get me for picking against her. She's a Jellicoe girl.
You could get in trouble.
Yeah, I'll get in trouble when I get home. Campbell County at Kingston. Here's a big game.
Yeah,
non-region.
It very much is, and I think it's going to be a good matchup. I'm picking Campbell County, but I think this could be a close one.
Yeah, Campbell County 3-2, Kingston 4-1. Campbell County defeated Kingston last year 35-0, jumped all over the Yellow Jackets. I'm going to go with the Yellow Jackets at home. I'm going to pick them to bounce back from last week's loss to Sweetwater, and Campbell County had a close loss as well last week to Carnes, but the Yellow Jackets at home. Carnes at Carter. Go ahead.
I'm picking Carnes.
I'll take Carnes as well. Deshaun Bishop had over 300 yards rushing last week. Surprise there, right?
Yeah, he's got through 4 weeks. I saw the stats. Through 4 weeks, he had 840 yards, so 305. So that's 1,145 yards he has so far this year.
Carnes defeated Carter last year, 48-25. Carter has a good quarterback, Chandler Wilson. I heard he's leading the state in passing and yardage. So
my goodness.
Carnes, I better be careful, but I'll take Carnes as well in Straw Plains. Oakdale at Oliver Springs. Oakdale 4-1. Oliver Springs 1-4. Oliver Springs won this game last year 30-7. Give me the Bobcats to make it 2 in a row.
Give me the Bobcats in an upset.
Upset record-wise, maybe.
Exactly, yes.
Ray County 1-3 at Red Bank. They're ranked number 4 in 4A. Red Bank is. They're undefeated. This is tough. This is a tough call right here for me. I'm going to go ahead and take the Golden Eagles to go to Red Bank and win.
That's exactly what I picked. I was at my son's office all day trying to figure out that particular game, and I picked Ray County too, and I kept going, how are you going to go against a team that's 4-0 versus 1-3? But
yeah, Ray County's played a tough schedule. Alcoa, Anderson County. And, all right, we got about a minute and a half, so we got a few games. We have to go real quick here. Harriman at Rockwood. Give me Rockwood in the OEB Law Game of the Week.
Yes, 104th time, Rockwood.
Cofield at Gordonsville.
Cofield.
I'll take Gordonsville. I'll follow Eric Oak's advice. South Doyle at Farragut. Give me Farragut.
Give me Farragut as well.
Central at Hardin Valley. Hardin Valley looking for their first win. I like the Bobcats on the road.
The Bobcats, definitely.
Bearden against Fulton. Fulton, big win over Gibbs last week.
That's intriguing matchup. I'm picking Fulton.
I'm going to take Bearden on the road. Powell at Halls in a big rivalry there. Halls about defeated Powell last year. It was 14-7 Powell, but give me the Panthers to win at Halls.
The Powell Panthers, yes.
Maryville's at Science Hill.
Maryville.
I'll take Maryville. Northview Academy at Oneida. Give me Oneida.
Give me Oneida as well.
Pigeon Forge at Scott. Give me Pigeon Forge.
Give me Pigeon Forge as well.
And Cleveland 2-3 at Walker Valley 2-3. I like the Blue Raiders.
I'll pick Cleveland.
All right, Walter, anything before we go?
That's about it, except let's go Tennessee. Let's win. And if I want to make a prediction, 28-21 Tennessee.
I'll take the Big Orange as well. 2 or 3 touchdowns.
That sounds
all
good.
Right, for Chandler in the back, for Walter Stair, I'm John Williams. We thank you for watching the Locker Room Chat. Thank you, Oliver Springs, for coming in. We'll see you next week.